Hello, hello, welcome back to Spark the Flame. My name is Orlando Fernandez. Today is January 13, Tuesday, 2026. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Moi. I haven't done a video in a long time. Yes, many months. And today I want to talk about something that I've had sort of a bit of a discovery. Actually, since September, I've gone through some difficulties, some actual physical difficulties. But I'm not here to talk about that. And overall, I'm okay. Thank God. I'm here to talk about some emotional discoveries that I've made, and I will jump right into it. But before I do, I hope you all have been very well. Happy New Year. Love and blessings to everyone. Um, just ignore any mess. Just put any mess you see out of your mind and listen to the sound of my voice. Okay. Um, so at some point, I think in December, I discovered something quite monumental in me. I'm gonna get right into it. I think that for many years, I've been trying to fill a hole, an emotional hole in me. Um, and I've been trying to have other people fill it, and I haven't realized that. So, what does this hole look like? In therapy today, um, by the way, I've gone to therapy for like over 10 years. I love my therapist, she's incredible, and therapy has been a blessing. So, my therapist asked me a couple of times, because this is a few times I've already mentioned this thing since my discovery. She's asked me, what does this hole look like? To me, today, I realized that it is kind of a black hole. And I don't mean black as in super negative. What I mean is that black as in, well, it's sort of like I'm just imagining like a missing mass in me, like some kind of cartoon like thing, but also a black hole that it's just cannot be filled. No matter what, nobody can fill it. I'm not even sure if I can fill it. Um, I do believe, so I'm more and more Catholic these days. I do believe in the power of God. Um, so that's beyond me to say whether, this is a hole that's going to be filled by God or, I'm sure some people will say so. The point is that I believe that for many years, and I mean at least 20 years, I'm 46, since I've been at least 21 years old, since my first major relationship at that time, I've been trying to get someone else to fill the hole for me, looking for someone to fill the hole for me. And what does that look like when I'm trying to get someone to fill the hole? Now, let me remind you, I just realized this a couple of months ago. So what this looks like, I think, is a neediness. I'm not sure if I've written about neediness here on Spark the Flame, or if I've spoken about it. I wouldn't be surprised if I have. Um, I've come to terms with that. I believe I've had a sort of neediness, and not just in romantic relationships, but in different kinds of relationships, and not always. But I think I've had a kind of neediness, um, for a long time, many years. And I guess what that is There's a vampiric side of it, which is I'm trying to get something from someone, different people, attention, um, validation, I guess the usual suspects, you know. Um, for me, that's probably it. Attention, validation, affection. I'll give you those three top suspects for me. Attention, validation, affection. Trying to get that in a way where I'm I blame people when I don't get it. Again, I'm not r- saying that this is like me 100% of the time, and I'm not trying to like this is not me saying look at what of a bad human I am. I'm trying to sort of share my discoveries. This does come out a lot in romantic relationships. It probably comes out most um noticeably and uh sort of um sense sensory in romantic relationships, meaning like I feel it in me. um it creates reactions, it creates like these sort of behaviors. So my neediness creates behaviors, this sort of egotistical wrestling match. Why isn't this person responding? Why isn't this person doing what, giving me more attention? So that's kind of what the neediness looks like when it's, in its full form. And I would say the black hole is a realization or the reality that this neediness, while it sounds like something that I can address with therapy, I'm sure I can, and I've tried, the black hole is saying there's actually something that's like that craving will never go away. And so that means I think I will have this craving to fill me always. And I think the job now for me, one of the jobs, is to ensure that I no longer try to get other people to do that, because that's the other realization that they can't. It doesn't matter who it is, it doesn't matter how hard they try or how long they try. No human being is going to fill this hole. So, here are the major realizations, my recent realizations. I've known that I was needy. What I didn't know was that this is like a permanent fixture, a permanent um, ailment, I guess. That's one way to say it. Another way we'll say it is a permanent part of me, a part of me. That takes it less negative, and it's more of just like acceptance. It's like walking around with an injury, and as a matter of fact, I do believe that this might have been based on like childhood trauma of like abandonment. And maybe, I don't know, like when I think about it, I honestly do feel like a lot of people um display needy sort of behaviors. Now, whether they have permanent black holes, that's a different story. It could be that the human condition just people go through neediness sometimes, like people go through anger and people go through fear and shyness, whoever you are. You could be the most confident person in the world. At some point, you're going to be shy. So it could be that neediness is one of these things. Black hole, uh, and I'm calling it a black hole because it can't be, it can never be satisfied. So a black hole in real life, in physics, in space, a black hole cannot, as far as we know, as far as I know, cannot be filled. It's just this incredible um, sort of center of gravity that sucks everything in, even light. Even they say even light cannot escape a black hole. At least that's what I've heard. And it just no matter what goes into it, it just you can't fill it. It's like an unending appetite. Even if that's not fully true about black holes, this is what I'm saying. Like this is this hole, which is it cannot be filled. Um, so so that's what I wanted to share. That I've discovered that I have this black hole, this hole that cannot be filled. And so like thinking about this in a way that's more of acceptance and less negative. I could say it's non-negative, which is walking around as if it's an injury, just an acceptance. Like this is what I'm walking with. You take ownership, and there's a sort of a relaxation that comes with that for me that I'm feeling because I'm no longer looking for someone to fill it because I think this is what I've been looking for for as long as I know, for as long as I can remember, forever in this life. And this has acted in unconscious, subconscious ways from me. So now that I'm more aware, it's like okay, I have this thing. Nobody can do this for me. Now I'm more like watching it. So now I'm like looking at people, you know, women, friends, whoever, people, possible relationships, possible interactions, and they're beautiful people. Everyone has beauty in them. Everyone is a human, a spirit, a soul, whatever that means. Um, but no matter what I see, I'm like, you know what? I have an instinct to be like, oh, this might be the person. It's nonverbal. My instinct is nonverbal, but it's a feeling. It's like, oh, is this the person? Is this? It's like it wants to grab and like, is this, is this you? Are you them? But now my mind is like, no, you're not them. Nobody's them. Nobody. I have a black hole that can't be filled. But what that does is it helps to relax me in my expectations and in my interactions. So that's all I have on that, I think. Now, I do have a surprise, actually two small surprises that are like one in that I have two calendars, different calendars that have wise sayings on them. Last couple of years, my mom gave me this calendar called the Tiny Buddha. You may know that years before that, my mom consistently gave me the Zen calendar. And every day I would look at it and they would have these great sayings. This year, I ended up with both calendars A different story. My mom gave me the tiny Buddha, and I got myself the Zen because I missed the Zen calendar. So we're going to see what today says, and I haven't looked at them. So they're going to be a surprise to you and to me. So we'll start with Tiny Buddha. This is yesterday's Tiny Buddha. I will not read it, but you can if you like. So that's from yesterday. So let's move on. Meanwhile, it's like 9:07 p.m. But anyway, move on from yesterday's Tiny Buddha to today's quote, which is long. Okay, here's today's quote, which I will read. All right. When we're hit with an emotional wave, stress hormones are released in our brains. These hormones cloud our perceptions, inhibiting our ability to think clearly and make decisions that are in our long-term best interests. Emotional waves oscillate, then eventually subside with the passage of time. When you're aware of when a wave is launching as well as when it's concluded, and you know to wait it out in the meanwhile, you're on your way to a more peaceful life. Meg Coyle. Yeah, that's fantastic. I felt that a lot today. Yes, yes, emotional waves. And right. So this author says stress hormones come in our brain, they cloud our perceptions. Okay. But when we're aware that the wave is here, we can wait it out, you know? And meditation helps with that awareness. Boy, that's pretty pertinent to some stuff I've experienced today and recently. God bless. Okay, here is the Zen calendar for yesterday. I will not read it because it's yesterday's Zen calendar, but I will rip off yesterday's, and read today's. I'm a big fan of the Zen calendar. I mean, the Tiny Buddha is really nice because it's very practical. The Zen, I love the Zen calendar because it just hits you sometimes like a smack in the face, which is very Zen like sometimes. Okay, here is today's Zen calendar. Let's read what it says. Constantly apply cheerfulness, if for no other reason than because you are on this spiritual path. Have a sense of gratitude to everything, even difficult emotions, because of their potential to wake you up. Pema Chodron. Do they pronounce her Pema Chodron? No, I think it's Pema Chodron. She's very famous, Pema Chodron. My mom loves Pema Chodron. And Pema Chodron reminds me of my Native American grandmother in Colorado. She's not my blood grandmother, but she's a grandmother in my life. Um, Pema Chodron is, yes, very experienced, a lot of wisdom, a lot of books and writings. So, yes, have cheerfulness and gratitude even for the difficult emotions because of their potential to wake you up. So, as Zen might say, wake up! Wake up! Well, this has been another episode of Spark the Flame. My goodness, it is almost 20 minutes. God bless you all. Love, hugs, kisses, sending greetings, cheerfulness, blessings, acceptance. Um, till next time. I was gonna say, may the force be with you. That's a Star Wars thing. All right, take it easy, everyone. Thank you for listening.